So if you own a Unity token, you can burn that token to harvest. The more tokens you have, the more ETH you're going to get. Okay, it is the ratio of tokens you have is exactly how much of the ratio of the pool you're going to be able to pull and harvest. Okay, you do have to burn the token in order to harvest. Okay, that's very critical to the model. So as this community pool, so what's in the community wallet? Well, again, you can harvest. You can, if we want to donate to any 501c3s or whatever we can find, whether it's donating to forestry foundations or donating to hurricane survivals. Like it doesn't matter what we donate to. We would love to donate. We also want to make sure that is a community agreed upon donation. So whatever we can get to there, then we'll do. And then lastly, we can also invest. So if we wanted to say, purchase, a CryptoPunk or whatever else it is, we can invest in those particular projects as a community wallet, and then we'll set, what's our purchase price. We'll set an exit price or a target exit price, and then we'll just execute on that. Now, one of the other ways the community wallet gets funded is from the Cityroots Underground, as we talked about last time. So the Cityroots Underground is going to be an NFT marketplace with integrations to news, enhanced analytics, and social media. And we will be giving you guys some sneak peeks into what that will look like in the coming weeks here. So yeah. Now, hopefully that helps explain it a lot clearer than we did last time in our entire model of what we're trying to do here at Cityroots. With that being said, back to Switch.
All right. So let's get started with some questions here. I'll start at the top of the AMA chat and make marks as we go along, and I hope to get through all of them. The first one is via Noosh from @ChristianO. It says, "Hi all, just a quick question regarding Unity tokens in the values described in the white paper. Is the value of Unity tokens dropped into your wallet a random value between 1 through 6 each time you receive the tokens on the 1st and 15th of the month?" I figure
So great question. That's actually exactly what we just dropped.
Yep.
So we're no longer doing the random values on the Unity tokens. Every Unity token will have the same exact value as of today.
Yeah, I'll read on to the next question. How will value be driven long term and not diluted over time with the Unity token drops?
Great question. So that's going to be due to the burn model. So as the harvesters or as the community votes to harvest, then you actually have to burn those Unity tokens in order to pull any money out of the pool.
Awesome. Thank you. So I'm reading on something from Bacon and Deadlifts. I'm going to try to fast forward a little bit. Could you please go into more detail about plans for the community fund? It seems like the economic success of the project depends on the success of the community fund.
I don't know why the economic success of the project depends on necessarily the community fund.
Okay.
So, and the reason I say that is because our whole entire goal here, a lot of projects launch with just art or launch with just, this, we're going to throw in 10 ETH to a community pool and you're going to be all set. And that's like the extent of their functionality. And then there's other ones that actually do pretty darn well. And they're like, we're going to build a game, or whatever it is, or a play to earn game. And, what I want you to think about is Cityroots Underground. Like our team, we have 6 full-time people and 7 part-timers, and all with significant experience in different areas in order to build a competitor to OpenSea. That is what we're building. That is the end goal of Cityroots Underground. So it's actually like the community wallet is just a side effect of what we're building here at Cityroots. It is, it's absolutely not.
So
like the
to keep
goal of
to
everything.
keep the conversation directed towards the question, there's a 4 more question marks that sort of pinpoint what the original question is. Is there a underlying economic investment thesis that's driving this?
I'm not following that question. Like,
Okay, I'll reread.
can you ask it a
So
different way, Bacon, and we'll try to hit it.
we'll have him retype in that part. And then, is there an economic council leading / guiding the fund?
Yeah, so the fund is actually based on the DAO, or so the governance. So if you own an Elder Tree Soul, you dictate what happens to the community wallet. Okay, so it's one vote per community wallet. Initially, we're launching the community wallet through a while voting will happen in Discord until we can get the DAO up and running, which we're shooting for a December 1st timeframe.
Is every single buy / sell move going to a community vote?
Every single buy / sell will go to a community vote. Yes.
Awesome. This next one is from Monty. Are you guys doing or planning to do a Twitter push?
You mean Twitter raid? I'm assuming. Monty?
Perhaps push. Just get a lot going out there on Twitter, and maybe a community push.
Yeah, if you're talking about a Twitter raid, so our actually, I'm going to push that over to Wolf. Would you mind talking about our model and why we've chosen the one that we did for outreach?
Yeah, so currently we are pushing out Twitter ads right now. We're using Twitter's built-in functionality for that. We have a set budget daily that we're using to for that method. Yeah, that's really all I got on that end. We're choosing a very organic approach when it comes to that, and we also have some other influential ads coming out soon, and we'll be posting about those as they do come out.
This next one is from Angel the Thigh Rubber. When Cityroots with Open Pellets collab?
When
All right.
swap, buddy. When swap.
I'm a huge fan. I just want to say I'm definitely a huge fan of that.
No, I'm not against
I am
it.
as well.
We absolutely. Oh gosh. So I'm again totally not against it. We need to do a lot more research into when we can get something like that out the door. I would say I'm totally willing to look at it for the next model, but everything right now from a code perspective is going through our final round of testing and getting launched. So it's a little late for this particular phase. If it had been a month ago when we started dev, like that might have been a possibility. But at this point, it's not going to be feasible to get it out in this particular release. But again, totally willing to look at that for our next NFT launch. We are absolutely just as a kind of guideline, like we would like to get one NFT minimum launched a quarter, right? Like this is what we're trying to shoot for.
Awesome. The next question is from Kat. When can I buy the pizza tree? This is a serious question.
A pizza tree? That's a fantastic idea. That's Lil Bob Ross. That's on you, bud.
All right.
Yeah.
Actually, in our roadmap. Sorry.
Oh, wait. Like a one-of-one pizza tree? Wait, actually,
yeah.
hold on.
Hell yeah. In our roadmap, we actually have on January 7th is when we plan to release several one-of-ones. And that could absolutely be one. I love that idea.
This next one is from Ranj. Is Cityroots Underground NFT exchange going to be decentralized?
Eventually, that is the goal. To start off with, it can't. We have to move too quickly and make certain decisions in order to ensure to create a stable environment. And then we also have to figure out the decentralization of that is actually going to be extremely difficult and something that we have to work towards. So I mean, there's a reason that OpenSea is centralized, and even in its centralized state, its performance is still really shitty. And we want to ensure that as an ecosystem, we can come against that. There will be parts that we can 100% turn towards a DAO, and we will look to that when the time is appropriate. But is absolutely on my mind. I want to get there.
Awesome. This next one is from RSOP 100. How are Unity tokens granted again?
Yeah, Unity tokens come from an airdrop on the 1st and the 15th of every month, starting December 1st. And yeah.
Okay. I have a question from Swag Sama. Is there a disclaimer or anything like that that keeps Americans out of your presale?
No.
Okay. I didn't understand that one either. RSM 1818, explain what messages / experience / level is on the rank card and how to increase each.
Noosh.
Noosh is responding via text, so I'll skip to the next one. Tetramaster wants to know, what is the timeline of the marketplace?
Marketplace. So we're looking to get a beta out the door in Q1, and then do an actual release Q2 of 2022, naturally. So anybody that's got an Elder Tree Soul will be a part of that beta until we can.
Interesting.
Until we're confident we can support the entire community.
So back to Swag Sama, there was a response that says Americans typically are not allowed in ICOs / crypto presales for legal reasons, namely due to the possibility of the crypto asset in the presale being a security. Do you have any insight on that?
Yeah. It's something the SEC is definitely trying to crack down on. It's something that they haven't been able to prove or win against in a current case. And I mean, at the end of the day, there has not been a single. I haven't seen any project that's been launched that has had that problem. So, because it's not technically an ICO. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not. It's
right.
not
Going back to
art and function.
Going back to Monty's, he said not necessarily raids, but just engagement in general on Twitter.
I'll step in for that one. Yes. I personally, Rain here, I control the Twitter, and I've been definitely, I haven't used Twitter in quite some time, so I'm getting back to it and understanding how it works, and we're going to be a lot more active on there. Yes. If that answers your question.
Awesome.
And at
Thank
the
you.
same point with that, we are trying to limit the amount of posts we make as to not flood our end users with pointless items. We want to ensure that we're putting out proper communications.
Flood the Discord with everyone, raid this, raid that.
Every
We're
5
kind of
minutes.
yeah. Right now, what
Not
we're
us.
trying to do is we're trying to put out announcements and at everyone's for actual critical information. I know Discord can seem slow, but many different Discords, and I feel like that's okay. I know Twitter can be a little bit slow as well, but we're definitely trying to make sure that the communication, the at everyone's, the annoyances, the pings are for actual critical information.
Awesome. Thank you. KZP owned asks, how much money do I need to start?
Great question. So the cost of an Elder Tree Soul is going to be 0.08 ETH, and that is going to be for both pre-sale and public sale, and then plus gas, whatever gas is.
Do I need my own ETH to join, or can I join without spending money?
You can absolutely join without spending money. Our community, you're more than welcome here. You'll actually get quite a bit of benefits from being in this community. One of them being we're about to launch our community news program, where each week we send out updates as to some of the projects that we've reviewed, and we kind of review like the security of their contract. We review the their community engagement score. There's several different items that we're releasing as a part of the news program. But yeah, you're more than welcome to be here. We're happy you're here.
Can I make NFTs without spending any money at the moment, or is it pay to play?
Can you make NFTs? We're not at the moment our marketplace will not allow people to mint on it, and that's for the safety and security of the environment itself. For the time being, we will eventually get to that place, but once beta hits, we're not going to allow people to mint on the Cityroots Underground, if that's the question.
Okay. Dasneak wants to know, since the 2 to 6 token is being removed, is it now 1 token per tree or set amount per wallet? I'm assuming it would be
1
nice.
token per tree.
Still increase over hold time. Okay. KZP owned asks, do NFTs have to be AI generated?
It's not AI. And it's I mean, JR, how would you describe it? It's not, I mean, it's definitely I mean, it's machine generated for sure, right? But it's not technically AI. So
yeah, it's definitely using, so the traits are absolutely randomized, and then they draw from buckets and they're hashed to make sure that the random combination that's generated hasn't been generated before, so every tree can be unique. So we've got that double random, and then just to add another layer on top of it, we are randomizing the metadata as the pre-sale happens, so that it's basically triple random, and then we don't get access to the metadata ahead of time, so we can't go reserve, trees or any of that. It's going to be randomized right on pre-sale too. So everybody will get a unique tree.
On
Yeah.
reveal, not pre-sale.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody will get a unique tree. The trees are completely random in terms of traits. No two are the same, and they're randomized again on reveal. So.
Okay. KZP owned one asks, can 81 submit NFTs, or is it only art from Little Bob Ross?
At this point, the art is from Lil Bob Ross. It's actually a collaboration of several artists. We got Lil Bob Ross, we've got Zach DeBoss, we got Carlton, and we've got some people that have been working in the back end as well that are not necessarily on the city council. So yeah, plenty of people that have been working on it. If you have ideas and you'd like to be a part of, maybe helping out with building some of those one of ones, I'm sure Lil Bob Ross would love the help, and we could definitely figure something out.
Right,
Awesome.
and you can always put something in the suggestions channel as well.
100%.
Okay, Tetramaster Master has. Yep, he says, I'm assuming Unity token is native to Cityroots for an NFT project. Are you guys creating a coin for people to invest in the project with the NFT marketplace, similar to Bondly and other protocols that do pre-sale collabs?
No, we're not creating a coin. Yeah. As of this moment, we're not. We're open to the idea, but yeah, as of this moment, we're not.
Our SOP 100 asks, how long will the pre-sale last? Some projects leave it open for a week or longer to make sure you can find a time for minimal gas, especially with a 0.08 E entry point instead of a 0.03 to 0.05 ETH entry point.
Yeah, 100%. So our pre-sale period, it lasts so you're guaranteed if you're on the pre-sale, you're guaranteed 2 Elder Tree Souls during the day 1 and 2, and then on day 3, any unclaimed Elder Tree Souls can be purchased by anyone. Anyone in the pre-sale. Sorry. So if you wanted to get more than 2 and there's some left, then you can. And then, yeah, so it's a 2-day.
Okay. Okay. Angel the Thigh Rubber asks, how can we make sure that the metadata can't be leaked / found anywhere before the very last second of reveal? I know websites like Rarity Sniffer, etc. somehow can sniff out traits from unrevealed NFTs. How can that be prevented?
Yeah, great question, Angel. So we are throwing around the idea of only whitelisting the OpenSea APIs to our metadata server. That's one possibility. It's also another for us to one of the things that I can say about it not being leaked is that sorry, it's just read the Angel's message. One of the things about it not being leaked, right, is that how these systems work, because once we release the metadata, all they do is they just query the API and they just gather all of the, in this case, 8,000 Elder Tree souls, and then they just run an algorithm to determine randomness, or determine which ones are, quote unquote rare, based on quantity. So there's not, again, if as long as OpenSea allows us to whitelist their IPs specifically and we can work with that, then we're good. If they don't, then unfortunately there's not much we can do, because that would be an OpenSea issue with not allowing us to whitelist only their IPs. I do think it'll be fine, but I'll absolutely follow up on that for you. It's something that we're actively identifying.
Okay. Monty wants to know, what is going to be the total supply of trees? Is there going to be more minted later, or these Elder Trees going to be the whole collection?
So the Elder Tree souls are going to be the whole entire collection. However, there will be other collections. Any future collections that we mint, though, well, I should preface this. If it's Cityroots minting the collection, then 80% of those sales will go to the community wallet, and it will be a new collection technically. If it's a partnership collection, those rates will be defined based on how much work we did for that particular project in a partnership. So whether we did Solidity Dev or we did artwork for them or whatever the case is, but we are definitely going to be launching NFTs in the future, and that 80% of whatever funds that come through our main wallet, quote unquote, go to the community wallet.
Okay. And the total supply of trees will be 8,000?
Yep.
And does Dustneek wants to know, so does that mean no public sale?
No, there is a public sale for sure. So October 16th, 1 a.m. UTC, there will be how many souls? Let's see. Gotta get to the website now. Everything's on the website.
4,875.
Okay.
No, it's 4,875 is given to pre-sale. So whatever's left over, that would be 3,125.
All right, so we're getting to the end of the questions here. One that just came in from RSOP100 asks, how many of the 8,000 are set aside for family, friends, giveaways, community fund, treasury, etc.?
Great question. So we have set aside 0 Elder Tree souls. However, we have set aside pre-sale slots. So our team, we've actually set aside a total of 100 pre-sale slots for the city council and city guard teams, as well as, in case we need to, give some to someone that missed out by some accident or something happens or whatnot. we have a few leftover slots from that perspective. Giveaways, as actually that's probably a pretty critical point for you. Giveaways, what we're doing there is we will be buying the floor from OpenSea post launch in order to give those to our giveaway winners. So what happens today is if you win a giveaway, we give you a POAP, which you can then so that's how we're tracking it. We're going to give all the POAP winners or holders. We're going to give them the Elder Tree souls that we buy from the OpenSea floor prior to reveal, so that everything is still random and you still have the same chance as everybody else to get rares.
Okay. We have a couple more questions that came in since RSOPs. The Thigh Rubber has a paragraph to read. Mars Cat's Voyage, which started out slow but eventually sold out when the first 1,000 were revealed, had their contract hidden in Etherscan, and no rarity was sniffed. No preview picks were able to called from the API, etc. They even announced they will make the contract public afterwards, which I think they did so today or something. Is that something you can do as well to keep the snippers and scalpers away?
I've definitely thought about it. Here's my concern. If we can't figure out the OpenSea thing, then yes, I'm definitely willing to do that. Like if we can't figure out the IP restrictions, which again I'm pretty sure we'd be able to figure that out. But if we can't, then I'm absolutely willing to go down that road. I'd rather not, because I'd rather ensure that everyone has a chance to read our contract in advance. Yeah.
Okay. Sneak wants to know, I know the Unity token drop will increase over time, but what is that increase based on?
And I'm going to say this, we have not entirely defined this. There may be new Unity tokens from new NFTs that are specifically coming from Cityroots. So our partnerships won't get them, but some of the Cityroots NFTs that we launched in the future, they won't have the DAO capabilities. I can confirm that. But they may get, one Unity token a month rather than, two.
Okay. T-Bone just reached out in response to that saying, yep, hidden is not a good idea. It could be a rug pull. Goes against open or decentralized way.
Yeah, it's definitely not ideal.
There is a response that says, but then you are very open to breaches and leaks. In response to that.
Oh, it's getting heated.
All right. Should we try another question?
Well, there was cryptics.
Yeah, that's the one I'm on next. So will you know the total amount of Unity tokens being burned before you decide to burn your own?
Yes, 100%. But I imagine everyone's going to have the same
so
strategy.
Cool. That'd be so cool.
Oh, 100%, yeah. But well, I mean, I imagine that's going to be the strategy of most people, is like wait until the last moment possible to put your Unity tokens in to see if it's how many you should be putting in. But absolutely, you'll be able to see it and be able to make a strategic decision. But again, I imagine everyone's going to do that. So at the last few hours, you're going to see just tons of tokens getting burned.
Okay. Do you want me to continue with questions, or do we want to hear some suggestions that have come up too regarding our answers?
Sure.
One's from Monty. He said, to add to Angel's point about the metadata, we had a similar thing with the lonely aliens for our planets. The devs worked hard not to make sure that the metadata cannot be scrubbed, and it's locked until they get minted.
So our metadata can't get changed. So our metadata doesn't even get revealed until the reveal date. It's randomized even to us. Like our team will not even know, because we're writing a randomization function that literally launches the metadata at the same time as the metadata is randomized. So all of our stuff is being hosted on a server that's going to have that randomization function run, and then it allows the metadata to get revealed. Now, again, I think the concern comes up because you get these applications that just go and read the metadata post reveal, but there's that like 1 hour window where OpenSea doesn't really reveal everything all at once, and so people end up sniping, and some people win out, some people don't. There's also the other option where we just give people the metadata links inside our Discord chats, right? Like I'm okay. So as long as it's fair, right? Like that's where I'm trying to get to is like as long as it's fair. So we could do that, or we could, we could once we reveal, we could show it on the website. Like that's another option. Like so, there's definitely some things that we can talk about in discussions. So those of you who want to talk through that, why don't we talk about it after the AMA and we can go from there.
Okay. RSOP 100 has a recommendation to not giving a warning when you sweep the floor eventually. When warnings are given, people start undercutting the floor like crazy in preparation. Sweeping the floor is a far better option than just telling people to delist. Great choice there. When people simply the floor price but doesn't provide value because no one is buying, and leads to a dump.
100%. Yes.
Awesome.
Can I just respond to that?
Yeah.
So RSOP, exactly what you just said is the reason why we're trying to build Cityroots the way we are, where our chat isn't going to be full of, well, there's going to always be Zergs in your chat saying delist and the floor and all that, but we're mostly trying to build a community here where we're not talking about the floor all the time. We're not talking about what's happening on the market. We want to actually talk about the newest, NFT projects coming up, how people's days are doing. Have you seen a tree that looks cool? Like we're not trying to talk about the floor all the time. So hopefully we can have you here for the long term and you can build with us.
Yeah. If we can create value, like we need to build value for the floor, right? Like that's what we're trying to do. And one of the ways that we do that, right, is like, well, how about we incentivize people to list at a higher price? Because there is something to be said about listing at a higher price, right? Like there's absolutely people that get scared, and like understanding market analysis is understanding the marketplace itself is critical to being able to identify how to increase your floor, right? And so it's definitely not going to be just delist and that's how we're going to be successful. No, it's going to be we're working on a model where we say anyone that doesn't delist or anyone that doesn't list their elder tree for the first week is going to get an extra Unity token, or something like that. Like there's plenty of models like that that we can do to provide true value to those who are holding and to
Okay. RSOP 100 says, sure, but you're doing it organically and focusing on the value you're providing. Price isn't as important long term. And they thanked us for our response. We have another question. So any increase in token drop are based on profits from future projects. Like in a slow month, we might get 1.5 tokens on a drop. Actually, is it whole tokens? Only like no decimals?
Yeah,
That's
so these are
Destiny.
NFTs. Yeah, so these are NFTs. So it's not an ERC20. It's an it's a 721. So you're going to effectively have 2 NFTs enter your wallet every month, right? So on the 1st and 15th, we're going to airdrop 2 NFTs, and those tokens all have the same value of one. It's just a Unity token, is all it is now.
All right. I think that closes up the questions that I was able to pull from the AMA chat. Thank you all so much for posting your questions and keeping the conversation hot. I'll leave it open for another moment or so if anybody wants to type in a question that is going to take us in a different direction. Otherwise, we'll start to wind things down. 22, did you have anything to say goodbye for the call?
Other than I appreciate every single person here. I'm really thankful this community is growing every single day. We've got double the number we had in our last AMA. Well, I guess that's not. It's pretty close though. Yeah, geez. So that's super awesome. And yeah, if you guys have any further questions, don't ever hesitate to reach out to any of our city council members. We are releasing a who's who will come out pretty soon, so that people can understand like who's on what part of the team. So that way, like if you ever have a suggestion or something like that, you can tag the right person. So that'll be coming out here in the next day or so. But yeah, thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Oh,
This has been
one little thing I wanted to add too. So we're also going to be doing what's called a weekly journal, where people from the team kind of just give their insights and thoughts on other projects, right? So we're not going to only be Cityroots and just only talk about our project. No, because we all actively invest in NFTs and we're in a space and we're having fun with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to do weekly journals. We're going to work on that. And we're going to put out our thoughts, our opinions about certain projects, maybe some insight, maybe some analytics about projects, just to, overall keep people intrigued and engaged. And, maybe they'll be interested in our thoughts, just something like that. Just a little sneak peek.
Yeah, and just one clarification, that's the weekly news. Journal is past looking. The news is going to be for project reviews, basically. So we'll have like a newsletter. Sorry, Kagami.
Yeah, no problem.
So I want to remind the new citizens, that's everybody here that's just joined the AMA. Welcome, you're citizens now. Please fill out the pre-sale form, and if you want access to the pre-sale. So wanted to reach out to the elders, and if they wanted to raise their hand and come up on stage and boast or rave or share any words, now is the time to do so. We do want to appreciate our elders and give them space to talk. And after that, we're going to sort of release everybody, and you can go into the lobbies. If anybody has questions that they want to continue this AMA, feel free to reach out to one of the city councils, and if we're available, we'll jump into the Q&A lobby with you. And otherwise, let's see if any elders have anything to say, and if not, we'll be on our way.
Oh, also, officially, unofficially, every Friday, usually, unofficially, officially, we do game nights. So if you're chilling on a Friday and you want to, play some games or just see what's up or just chat, hang out, chill with us, we'll be there Friday nights, Friday all day. I mean, usually our team is in the chats all the time anyway. So if you guys ever want to just hang out with us in voice chat, we'll be around. You know what I mean? So just wanted to announce that really quick, but hopefully some elders speak up. I'm looking at you.
I'm
Right?
live in the lobbies working on stuff or doing
T-Bone.
stuff all the time. So
Yeah,
always
I did
feel
wanna
free to come in.
I wanna add to the game night thing. If you guys are interested, I'm gonna try to get more Jackbox Party Pack going because I know it's a really good game. People enjoy it. So if you guys have any suggestions which ones to get, just shoot me a message.
Thank you, Kenthius.
And Muscat Voyage is better than Cool Cuts Wolf.
All right.
We'll talk about that.
Thank
Someone
you so
get
much.
him out of here.
Thank you so much, y'all. Have a good night, and let's sign off and enjoy your week.
We'll see you guys in lounge chat. Whoever wants to hang around.
Thanks.